Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. We are going to learn how to make this beautiful gown. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. So divide your pattern paper into two to get your center front and your center back. After that, you mark your neck width and neck depth. I'm using 3 by 3. And divide your bust by 12 plus 1 plus 1.5 to get your chest line. This bust is 36 divided by 12 plus 1 plus 1.5. Now, after doing that, you put your shoulder measurement on your chest line. You put your shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then you mark it. After that, you use your curve, your French curve, to mark your depth, your neckline as shown. Then from your shoulder, you go down by 1.5. That's for the center front. You go down by 1.5 for your shoulder slope and then mark it. So for your back, you put your shoulder on the line and then mark it the same way we did for the front. So for the back neck depth, I went in by 3 and then the depth is 1. The width is 3 and the depth is 1. After that, you use your French curve to connect. So the back is 1, you come down by 1. The front was 1.5 and the back is 1. Then divide your armhole by 2 to get the midpoint. Then whatever you mark for the back, you mark it for the front too. Now you go in by 0.75 for the front and then mark it. Divide your bust by 4 and then place your measurement and connect your armhole as shown. So for the back, you go in by 0.5 inches and then connect your line. So divide your bust by 4 again and then put your measurement in order to connect your armhole. So from your chest line, go down by 1.5. This is standard for everybody unless you are plus size. But for plus size, you go down by 2. But here we are going down by 1.5 for our bust point. So from your shoulder, you get your under bust. Then you mark. So for your back length, you put your back length. My back length here is 15. So you know that the front and the back length is not the same. So I'm putting 15 as my back length. So I went in by 1 for the back slope, for the zip slope, so that the zip will not bulge. So I went in by 1 inch from the waist and then connected it to my neckline. So from the waist of the front, from the center front, I went in by 4 inches, which is the bust pan. Then I marked it to the bust point. So I took ½ inch on both sides as my dart intake and then connected it to my bust point. So my waist divided by 4, then plus 1 inch for that, and then I connected it back to my armhole, my bust. So I went ahead to put the difference between my front and my back. Please don't forget to put this. So I went ahead to put my bust pan measurement on my back so that I'll be able to put my dart. So I went in by 0.5 inches on both sides, and then from the chest line I went down by 1.1 inch, and then connected my dart. So I went ahead to put my waist measurement and then connected it to my bust. So I started to go in with a sweetheart neckline with my pencil. After that, I divided my shoulder by 2 so that I'll be able to get the midpoint and get our bust curve. So I tended to use markers in order to highlight the sweetheart neckline very well. After that, we went in by 0.75 from the sweetheart neckline. Use your French curve to connect the lines to your bust point as the way I'm doing it right now. Extend your armhole by 0.75 the way I'm doing it, and then connect your new armhole. This is to remove excesses from the bust. So to tighten your under bust, you go out by 1 inch, and then the other side you go out by 0.5 inch, and then connect it with your French curve. Then do the same for the other side. Connect this to the dart leg. Connect the lines to the dart leg as shown. After that, you go in by 0.5 inch from the front, from the neckline, in order to get the V. Then from the armhole, you go up by 1 inch. Go up by 1 inch in order to give you that space, that keyhole space on the cloth. And then redraw your neckline, your sweetheart neckline, the way I'm doing it. I'm using pencil so that I will not make mistake. After, I will use marker. Now you do the same for the back. You go in by ½ inch and then connect it. So I'm cutting out the pattern paper now. Our upper bodice is complete now. So let me cut out the pattern paper and show you. But before then, you close your bust dart too. Don't forget to close your bust dart. So in order to tighten the yoke, you go in by 0.25 from the sweetheart neckline so that you tighten the yoke to avoid gaping. So close the yoke, close the dart as shown. So this is our beautiful pattern set for the upper bodice. Now let's go over to the lower bodice. So minus your half length from your full length. The full length of this cloth is 24. Minus your half length from your full length, and then your mark. So divide your pattern paper into two to get your center front and your center back. So from your center front, you go in with your bust dart. Can be 4, can be 3.5 inches, and then you mark it, and then come down by 6 to 7 inches, depending on your length of your dart. And then go up by 1 inch from that place, and then mark it. Connect it to your dart leg as shown. So come down by 1.5 inches to eliminate these smile lines on your waist, and then you get your your waist measurement, and then connect it with your French curve. So on your hip line, you put your hip measurement. Your hip divided by 4, and then connect it back to your waist. So from your center back, go in by 1 inch and then connect it to your hip line. So from there, you get your bust span measurement or any measurement you want to use for your dart intake, and then you mark it. After that, you divide your waist by 4 plus 1 inch for that intake, and then connect it to your hip line. So for your Basque effect, from your hip line, come down by 4 or 5 inches depending on how long you want the Basque, and then you connect it. You will also do the same for the back. So label the front and the back so that you will not make mistake. So I'm trying to fold in the that in order to redraw the curve. So this is the back and this is the front. So this is the complete pattern set. As you can see how beautiful it is. Now let's transfer it to the fabric. So I placed the front piece on top of the breast pad, and then I cut it from the under bust. Look at the way I'm doing it now. So after doing that, I now cut out 1 inch or half inch sewing allowance for the front piece. So this is the outcome. I've already cut out the wording and the gum stay. That's hair stay. I'm using hair stay. So I'm doing the same for the front, the side front. Look at the way I'm cutting it out, and then I'm also cutting out the foam from the sewing allowance. So this is the outcome of the cutting out. You can see that I added 1.5 inches on the sewing allowance by the side, and then half inch on the other sides. So this is the front piece, and then this is the back piece. So I've already cut out the lining together with the material. As you can see, cut out the lining together with the material. You can cut out the hand as long as you want it. My own is 27 by how long or how full you want the hand to be. So for the yoke, you cut out 4 pieces, 2 pieces for the front and 2 pieces for the back for turning it. Now this net is like 7 yards. Your own can be fuller or smaller. So you are going to turn the material with the lining on the zipper side for the both sides. Turn it on the zipper side the way I'm showing you now. So this is the outcome of the sewing. After joining it, you hold your dart where you have notched it, and then you close your zipper side with half inch. Close your zipper side where your zipper is going to stop with half inch. So after closing it with half inch, you now come to the hand. You fold the hand twice the way I'm folding it, where your rubber will pass through. After that, you now put in your rubber, your elastic band, and the way you want to put it so that it will not be too tight on the person's hand. So after putting your elastic band, you stitch the side the way I'm showing right now so that you'll be able to gather the up side. So as for the sweetheart part, you turn it, you stitch the sweetheart part and then stitch the remaining side so that the sweetheart will be turned in and have a smooth edge. This is the outcome of the process. So after that, you place your right side to your right side, your lining, and then your back bodice. You place right side to right side and stitch it. Then after that, you stitch the zipper part so that you will not see the seam of the back. So this is the outcome of the process after holding your dart. Then you place these upper bodies on your lower bodies the way I'm showing you right now. Place it on your lower bodies and then hold it, stitch it together. After doing that, you now proceed to put your zip. So this is the outcome. We are about to put our zip now. You select your zip size. I'm using size 24. Now you use your pin to hold your zip the way I'm showing you right now. You use your pin to hold your zip to the end where we stitched. So I've already stitched my bra form on the front bodice, as you can see, and then I'm going to stitch it with 1/2 inch to the end for both sides. Now this is the outcome. After doing this, you open press, you go to your ironing table and open press the seams so that it will relax very well. As you can see, my own is already standing. Now after that, you put your yoke the way I'm showing you right now. Put your yoke on the front bodice before closing it before joining it with your lining. So after joining it with your lining, this is the outcome. After you go and press it in your ironing table. So after that, you join it with your lower bodice for the front piece. You join it with your lower bodice. So we are going to stitch the shoulder. Put the shoulder of the front inside the shoulder of the back to have a seamless shoulder. The way I'm showing you right now. Put the shoulder inside the front, inside the shoulder of the back, and then you stitch it. So this is the outcome of the whole process. Very, very neat. And then after that, we are going to proceed to close it with our measurement. You know, we removed 1.5 inches, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm removing 1.5 inches and then stitching the remaining. So this is the outcome of the whole process. Now we are going to gather the sleeve on the armhole. Now we are going to leave 1 inch. We minus 1 inch from the. So you gather the sleeve. You gather the sleeve on the armhole, and then you leave 1 inch from the yoke. The way we cut it, you leave 1 inch from the yoke of the upper bodice. So this is the outcome. As you can see how beautiful it is. This is the outcome of the gathering. This is the outcome. So you gathered your net on your fabric, on your basque. So you can change your foot, your machine foot to your gathering foot, and then gather the net on your basque the way I'm doing it. Or you can keep the net on the down part and then the fabric on top. It will be easier for you that way. After that, we'll put the lining. So gather the lining the way you gather the net on the lower bodice.